Okay, let us start with the quantifiers. So first of all, we'll write the points with the definition, what is the meaning of the word quantifier, and then of course I will also give you some examples which are based on the quantifiers. So it is nothing but it is a type of connective. You can write it along with me. Used in a single statement. A type of connective which is used in a single statement. Now see, there are basically two types of connectives. There are two types of connectives. One is called as universal connective, which is denoted by this notation, and the second one is called as the existential connective, which is denoted by this notation, like this. Okay, let us understand each of them one by one. We will take some examples and then we would be able to understand it very clearly. Okay, what exactly is universal connective and what is the existential connective. So I will write the first heading. Universal connective. So what is the universal connective? As I told you that it is denoted by the notation like this. It is the condition which says that all observation of given set must satisfy the condition of the given statement. A very important point that we have to remember over here, that if any one point does not satisfy the condition, or I can say does not satisfy the given condition, then truth value of given statement becomes f. If each value of data satisfies the condition, only then the truth value can be true, that is t. So let us understand this with an example. Suppose if you have a set A which has elements 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if I define a condition that x belongs to A, x plus 3 is less than 10. If suppose I consider like this. So what are the values of x? X values are 1, 2, 3 and 4. One by one x will take all these values because we have said that x belongs to A. So let me check whether it is a true statement or it is a false statement. I will get over here. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, definitely lesser than 10. 2 plus 3 is lesser than is equal to 5, which is also less than or equal to 10, or I can say less than 10. 3 plus 3, that is 6, again lesser than 10. 4 plus 3, that is 7, again it is lesser than 10. So over here I observe that all these values are satisfying the condition, or which is saying that the total with 3 should come out to be lesser than 10. So since all these values have been satisfying the given condition, so you can say that it is a true statement. So we will write the statement or the condition over here that since all values of x belonging to A satisfy the given condition, hence it is a true statement having truth value t. Let us consider one more example. X square is less than or equal to 9. This is my condition, x square is less than or equal to 9, and I have to check whether this condition, all of the values of x belonging to A, are they satisfying the condition or not. So let me once again check whether what is the values. 1 square is equal to 1, definitely less than 9. 2 square is equal to 4, definitely it is lesser than 9. 3 square is equal to 9, which is itself equal to 9. And 4 square is equal to 16, which is greater than 9. So I observe that these three conditions are satisfying, but the last condition is not satisfying the condition that it should be lesser than or equal to 9. So what is the point that we have written? See very carefully. I have told you, if any one point does not satisfy the condition, then the truth value of the given statement becomes false. So I can observe that the value 4 does not satisfy the condition that its square is lesser than 9. Therefore I say that the truth value of the given statement is F. So let us write down the point number 2. Existential quantifier. I have already given you the notation. It is like this. And it is also called as, you can just write a second name for this. It is also called as there exists. One thing I did not mention on the previous page, you can remember this universal quantifier that we saw. universal quantifier. This can be also called as for all. Okay guys, so you just remember this second name for the universal quantifier for all, and second name for the existential quantifier as there exists. Okay. Now let us write down a small point related to the existential quantifier. At least one of the observation of given set must satisfy the given condition of the statement. So what does this mean? Let us once again write down an important point. If any one value or observation of given data satisfies the given condition, then the truth value is T. If none of the observations of given data satisfy the given condition, only then the truth value is taken as false. Okay, so let us understand this with the help of a simple example. So let us take the same example that we took in the previous part. I had taken that there is a set A which has the values 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I also told a condition which was x square is less than or equal to 9. So we had seen over there 1 square is equal to 1 is lesser than 9. 2 square is equal to 4 which is also lesser than 9. 3 square is equal to 9 which itself is 9. And 4 square was equal to 16 which is greater than 9. And I told you for the first 3 values this condition is satisfied, but the last condition or the last value does not satisfy the condition. So in the previous case we consider the truth value of this statement to be false. But over here I can consider that the truth value is equal to T. Why can we consider that the truth value is equal to T? For the simple reason it says that any one value of the data satisfies the given condition, then the truth value is T. Any one value, एक वैल्यू ने भी satisfy किया तो भी चलेगा. यहाँ पर तो 1 भी satisfy कर रहा है, 2 भी satisfy कर रहा है, 3 भी satisfy कर रहा है. So there are 3 values which are satisfying this condition, guys. Therefore, you can say that the truth value of this statement or the given statement is definitely equal to true. Okay, so let us see the exercise. The question over here says that in the first question, we have to use the quantifier to convert each of the following open sentences defined on n into a true statement. So the first is x square plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. And we have to use the quantifiers. So either we have to use the for all quantifier, or we have to use the existential, that is the there exist wala quantifier, to make this statement a true statement. Now we are saying that it is defined on the set of natural numbers. Now when you are having a condition that x square plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0, suppose if I consider over here and when I solve this quadratic equation, I will get over here that it is x square plus 5x minus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. Therefore, it will become x into x plus 5 minus 2 into bracket x plus 5. So on solving or taking out the elements common, I get x plus 5 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to negative 5 or x is equal to 2. So now over here I can observe one very important point, that x has two values, negative 5 and 2. Now negative 5 does not belong to natural numbers, but x definitely belongs to, I should not say x, I should say 2. So I will write over here 2 definitely belongs to the natural numbers. So in this case, there is only one value which is belonging to the natural numbers and also satisfying the given condition, x square plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So as we saw that some time back, if there is only one value which is going to satisfy the given condition, definitely we have to use the existential quantifier. We cannot use the universal quantifier. So if I want to apply a quantifier to the given statement, I will say over here the answer for this is there exists x is equal to 2 belonging to n such that x square plus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. ठीक है, second one, 3x minus 4 is equal to or less than 9. So what do we do over here? Three x minus 4, when I know that it is less than or equal to 9, or I can say just lesser than 9 as the condition, and I have to check on this given statement whether all natural numbers will they be lesser than 9 if I use this statement, or there will be only a few natural numbers which will be satisfying this condition. So I know that the set of natural numbers starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So one by one we will substitute the value of x in this particular given condition, and I will check if the answer comes out to be lesser than 9. If all natural numbers satisfy the condition, then I will be using for all condition or the universal condition. If only a few natural numbers satisfy this condition, then we have to use the existential quantifier or there exist quantifier. So let us check. So I will get over here 3 into 1 minus 4, which is equal to negative 1. Definitely it is lesser than 9. 3 into 2 minus 4, that is 6 minus 4 is going to be equal to 2. Again it is lesser than 9. 3 into 3, the next natural number is 3. So 3 into 3 minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. Again, it has to be lesser than 9. 3 into 4, that is 12. 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. Again, it is lesser than 9. And when I take the next one, 3 into 5, the next natural number, these are all the natural numbers if you observe. So 3 into 5 minus 4. 15 minus 4 is 11. It is greater than 9. All these values have satisfied this condition, but 15, that is 5 over here, is not satisfying this condition. So only 4 values are satisfying. So it means that only a few values are satisfying this condition and not all values are satisfying. तो अगर सब वैल्यू सेटिस्फाई नहीं करता तो यूनिवर्सल क्वांटिफायर काम नहीं कर सकता. So obviously I have to use the existential quantifier in this particular statement. So what will be the answer? I will say over here. The quantified statement is there exists x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 belonging to n such that 3x minus 4 is lesser than 9. Let us see the third one. N square greater than or equal to 1. So what do we do in this? N square greater than equal to 1. Once again, let us check if all natural numbers do they satisfy this condition or only a few natural numbers will be satisfying this particular condition. So here I consider the different natural numbers. 1 square is equal to 1, satisfied. 2 square is equal to 4, it is greater than 1, so it is also satisfied. 3 square is equal to 9, this is also greater than 1, this is also satisfied. So in general, if I check any natural number, let us consider 15 square, let us consider 20 square, any natural number, they all will be satisfying the condition that the value is 100% greater than or equal to 1. So if all these conditions or all these values satisfy the condition that n square is greater than or equal to 1, therefore I will say over here the quantified statement is for all n belonging to natural numbers, n square is greater than or equal to 1 is the required solution because all of them will be satisfying this particular condition. The fourth one over here, it is 2n minus 1 is equal to 5. So let us check for the fourth one. Once again, I have to check all values of the natural numbers which satisfy this condition, because obviously by observing this particular statement we can decide that all the natural numbers will not be satisfying this condition. There will be only a few natural numbers which are satisfying this condition. Therefore, without solving, we can understand that there will be a existential quantifier. We will not need a universal quantifier, but we have to show it to the examiner. We have to show it in the answer that why are we using the existential quantifier. So let us see. Let us apply and show it to the person. I will be taking all the natural numbers starting from 1, as you all know. So it is 2 into 1 minus 1. So what is 2 into 1? That is going to be 2. It is definitely not equal to 5. 2 into 2 minus 1. 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. Again not equal to 5. 2 into 3 minus 1, 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5. If I try a next one, it is going to be 8 minus 1, which is going to be 7, which is also not equal to 5. So I have only one value of the natural number, which is 3, which is satisfying the given condition. So again, I will write over here the quantified statement is there exists x is equal to 3 belonging to the set of natural numbers such that 2n minus 1 is equal to 5 is true. The fifth one that we have over here is greater than 6. Again, over here also we have to check all the natural numbers, but it is very clear by looking at the statement that all of them or all the natural numbers will definitely not have a total greater than 6. There are some natural numbers which will be having a total of lesser than 6. So we just have to show it that there are a few which are having a greater than 6 ka total, and the remaining they will be having lesser than 6 ka total. So let us show it to the person. I have over here all the different natural numbers. 1 plus 4, what is 1 plus 4? It is equal to 5. So it is lesser than 6. 2 plus 4, which is equal to 6. But again, these both do not satisfy because I want a total of greater than 6. I don't want greater than equal to 6. When I take 3 plus 4, it becomes 7. So now all of them will be greater than 6 definitely. But the first two natural numbers are not satisfying this condition. So if there are a few natural numbers or there are a few values which do not satisfy the condition and all the remaining they satisfy the condition, so we cannot use the universal quantifier. For universal quantifier, all natural numbers must be satisfying this condition. 1 and 2 are the natural numbers which do not satisfy this particular condition. So I will say over here there exists x is equal to 1 comma 2 belonging to the natural numbers such that y plus 4, we should not write x, sorry, we can take y over here because the given variable is y in the question. So I will write y is equal to 1 comma 2 belonging to n such that y plus 4 is greater than 6 is going to be a true statement. So what is the sixth one over here? We are having 3y minus 2 greater than or equal to 9. So let us see the sixth sum. And it is a small y, so 3y minus 2 greater than or equal to 9. So once again we have to check whether all the natural numbers will they be satisfying the condition of greater than or equal to 9 or not. So let us see the different natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, as you already know. So the first natural number that we have 3 into 1 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1, which is lesser than 9. 3 into 2 minus 2, that is 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. Again it is lesser than 9. 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. Again lesser than 9. 3 into 4 minus 2, that is 12 minus 2 is 10. This is greater than 9. 3 into 5 minus 2, which is equal to 13. It is also greater than 9. So all the natural numbers after 4, they will be satisfying the condition. remaining natural numbers will not be satisfying this condition. So here I have to consider the truth value, or in fact the quantified statement as, again, there exist only because the first, second and the third, they do not satisfy the condition and all the remaining ones satisfy. So there exist x is equal to 4, 5, 6 and so on, which belong to natural number. Again, I'm sorry, you have to take y over here also because the variable is y. Such that 3y minus 2 is greater than or equal to 9. So now let us understand the question number 2. In the question number 2, we are given over here that there is a set B which has the values 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7, and we have to just determine the truth value of the given statement. The first is, for all x belonging to B, there exists x such that x is a prime number. Now he has used the condition or the quantifier for all. It means that whatever observations are given inside the set B, they all have to be the prime numbers. If any one number is not a prime number, then the truth value of the statement will become false. If all are the prime numbers, only then the truth value of the statement will be taken as true. Now the very first condition or the very first question over here is that what is a prime number? So let us take a simple meaning of that. When you are talking about the prime numbers, guys, any number which is on dividing, it has a prime factor or factors which are 1 and itself. One and itself is called as a prime factor or a prime number. Like for example, 2 has the factors 1 and 2. 3 has the factors 1 and 3. Now when you talk about 9, so 9 will have the factors 1 and 9 obviously, but also 3 will also be a factor because 3 can be also used to divide the value 9. So I can say that 2 and 3 are the prime numbers, but 9 is not a prime number. 9 is called as a composite number. So any number which has the factors, the 1 and itself are the prime numbers. If a given number has a factor other than 1 and itself, then it is called as a composite number. So here you are given the B elements as 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So let me write it over here for you. So we have to show over here that it is a false statement. So let us understand how we can express and how we can show that the given statement is a false. So I will write over here. It is a false statement since value 6 belonging to B is not a prime number. Therefore, truth value of the given statement is F. What is the second one? there exists n belonging to B such that n plus 6 greater than 12. So let us check. I require that n plus 6 is greater than 12. The different values which are available, 2 plus 6 is equal to 8, this is lesser than 12. 3 plus 6 is equal to 9, this is lesser than 12. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, this is also lesser than 12. 6 plus 6, this is equal to 12 itself. But 7 plus 6 is equal to 13, which is definitely greater than 12. So by observing, I can understand first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. In fact, the fourth. These values do not satisfy, but the last value, 7, this definitely satisfies the given condition. And he has used the symbol of there exist. So when I am having a symbol of there exist or a quantifier there exist, कोई भी एक वैल्यू ने अगर satisfy किया, if any one value satisfies this condition, I have to say that the truth value of the statement is true. So I have to just say x is equal to 7 belonging to B satisfies the given statement, therefore truth value of the statement is T. ठीक है, थर्ड वन देखते हैं. There exists n belonging to B such that 2n plus 2 is going to be lesser than 4. Again, he has used the symbol there exists and the condition is 2n plus 2 should be lesser than 4. The third one that we have, two n plus 2 lesser than 4. The values are 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. So 2 into 2 plus 4, in fact 2 into 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. 2 into 3 plus 2, 6 plus 2 is 8. 5, 6 and 7. 2 into 5, that is 10 and 2 is 12. 2 into 6 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 2 into 7 is 14. 14 and 2 is 16. All these values are greater than 4. There is no such value inside the set B which is satisfying this condition. And he has used the symbol of there exist. There exist can be considered as a true statement only when all, or in fact I should say any one value satisfies the statement. But here there is no value which is satisfying the value to be lesser than 4. Therefore, I have to say there is no value of n belonging to B which satisfies the given condition. Therefore, truth value of given statement is false. Have you followed this beta? I hope quantifiers is very clear to you. बहुत लोगों को quantifiers में डाउट होता है. तेरे को कुछ डाउट था पहले quantifiers में कि अच्छे से आता था तेरे को ये? चलो great. तो quantifiers is a very important point that you have to practice. Okay. So इसके बाद में next thing is the truth value or the truth table. 1.6 over here.